I really love that. Now it's going to be in my head completely.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. We got a little dancing going on this morning, so if you're feeling it, please bring it. As you can see, Lightning is here today with Jen. We've really just come to the conclusion that Lightning is, in fact, our mascot.
Yeah.
Hello, Jen. Hello, so happy to have you here today. Hope the day's going well. As you can see, Lightning is just as excited. We were just talking about how Lightning had gotten completely ready when we were getting ready. Jen was getting ready to set up. And there was a really interesting comment that Jen just made, which I feel like is a perfect place to start today.
Perfect. I'm sorry, y'all. We're like in a space today. No need to apologize. I retract that. I'm not sorry at all. Oh my gosh. We need to sit down. Hey, you sit. Okay.
So
go ahead. Continue.
He's like, okay. Love it. But it is that. It's this idea of showing up just as you are. And as we said that and then launched into our call, there were so, like, as we were waiting to go live, it was, there's so many thoughts that have come into my head about that. And so I think one of my greatest questions would be, how often do you show up exactly as you are?
Like, roll out of bed, show up?
These are all the different ways.
Right? Yeah. I think I feel, let's see. Gosh, I don't even know the word to put in this, but when I'm painting, when I'm hiking, like when I'm in nature, like I think those times, I feel like I have complete permission.
It was the permission. Lightning was on it.
Let's get back to that. When I'm in nature, when I'm making art, I have complete permission to just be me. Completely, authentically. I'm not going to say naked, but like, like just messy hair in a bun and whatever clothes, like I don't care. It's like the
Yes.
Total I don't care. Like I'm not performing for anybody. That's the word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like those are the times that I'm really connected with myself, and I think in that, like, just have that sense of like total freedom to just be me in those spaces.
I think that's really beautiful. It was interesting. I'm working on a website, and hi, Christine, and hi, Carolyn. Welcome for joining. Thank you for joining is what I meant. Not welcome for joining. Thank you for joining. I was working on a website for someone, and I had said, well, share with me some of your, the websites that really inspire you. And one was Rebecca Campbell, who is an author and spiritual guide. And the interesting thing on her site is she has where you can pull a card if you want to. And so I did. And it was really fascinating because the card itself was like, what was it? The muse and the machine, right? So it was like, it has two sides, and whatever side was facing you was sort of like the one that was like speaking to where you might be in life. And it directly spoke to this idea of when you're creating, are you creating in order to just produce, or are you creating from this authentic space? And it's what came to mind as you were talking about showing up authentically when you're painting and when you're in nature. And it's been something that's been on my mind all week, is this idea of twofold. How am I showing up in the world? And am I being authentic? Am I saying the things? And really, this week, I've been very focused on saying the things that were true,
Mm.
even if they were uncomfortable, and even if they were painful, and even if they were great. I've really been trying to do that. But in terms of this idea of showing up authentically and producing versus really leaning into my own creativity, it's an interesting balance, I think, because on the one hand, when you're working, you are producing, right? If you're not working for yourself, you're working on other jobs. If you're freelance, like I am, like it's like I am producing work in a certain way. Um, Whereas I had recently done a couple of videos where I really had creative freedom and I could lean into having fun. And as I was bringing in music and transitions and building a story, I felt myself actually in the creative process.
Mm.
Um, and then on top of that, I had a student yesterday who I was working with, and she was like, wanted me to make a canvas with her. She's a young girl. I love working with this girl. She's super creative. And she wanted me to make a canvas with her. So we brought in paint and we brought in beads and it became this complete mixed media piece. And I forgot how much I love doing that kind of thing where it's a lot of different pieces brought in. It's almost like a puzzle and you're putting it together, but it's really a reflection of you.
Mm.
And I cracked myself up in the middle of it. I really enjoyed it. And I was very, very authentically me in it. Like I heard myself laughing as we were talking and making and doing all the things instead of being the teacher in the room and being like, this is what we're going to do and how we're going to produce it. So that those are the things that came to mind as I was thinking about how authentically you're showing up when you're creating, that producing versus creating thing,
Yeah.
which I don't know that they're two always separate things, but can be ways that we're just like churning stuff out. And what's the point? What's the end goal? As opposed to when you lean into your creativity and you really just let that be your guide, whether that
Yeah.
is in a painting, a piece of writing, a dance routine, whatever that is. Do
Yeah.
you find that how does that hit you? How does the producing versus creating?
Yeah, well, it's interesting what it brings up for me. First of all, I want to just like hold a little space for I want to ask you the same question that you asked me. Like where do you feel like you can just show up as you? But I'll answer your question first, but let's circle back to that because I want you to be able to answer that one too. Um but I had this conversation. So Friday evening was the opening reception for this juried show of plein air art that I was juried into. And so at the reception, I had the opportunity to meet a lot of the other artists and connect with people. And I was talking with this gentleman whose birthday's coming up in a couple of months, and he will be 90. So I
Oh,
just want to preface
love that.
that
Okay.
with he will be 90. And he's been showing at this particular show for
Mhm.
30 years.
Oh,
So he's
wow.
very involved in the local arts community and very active as a painter. So
Mhm.
for many, many years he's been painting and showing professionally.
Mhm.
So we were talking a little bit. Now the piece that I have in the show
Mhm.
is a wildflower field and this little road going
Beautiful.
through it, right? It's me, right? Like if
Yeah.
you know me, it's me.
Yes.
And we were chatting. Again, I had never met him before. He doesn't know me other than this painting,
Okay.
right? And he's like, "This is really good, and I think that you should consider series. Like you should do series of things." And I was like, "Okay." Now, I've done series,
Hmm.
so it is good advice. As an artist, it's like a great way to challenge yourself. I'm going to make 20 paintings of XYZ, like
Hmm.
kind of broaden
Yeah.
that. And I've done, cross country and all these things. And he gets on this, you should paint Italian sports cars.
What?
See?
Hello, left field. Like, what?
Right. Correct. Not right. Not left. Right. Um, if you know me, and those of
I'm
you
also
who have
thinking
been
of
watching,
peas.
even like one other time, Italian sports cars, no, it's not my thing. But he was just like, no, no, hear me out. Because people who own Italian sports cars have money to buy paintings. So they'll buy the paintings of the Italian sports cars. And so what I'm circling around here to is I could produce
Yes.
paintings of Italian sports cars to sell them. And it's not me. It's
Yes.
not authentically me. And because for me, when I'm showing up to the canvas, like that's an expression of who I am.
Yeah.
That's my opportunity to like take what's in here and put it outward to share. And I
Absolutely.
want that to be like nature and beauty and like rural country scenes and European villages. Like that's me. And yeah, so I struggled with this. I will say eventually, because I kept rolling my eyes at him and he kept saying Italian sports cars, he eventually said, or something else like raccoons. People love raccoons.
Again. Oh, left field. Like, where? It was like, yes. Not looking at the piece that you had just created that was beautiful, but
Thank you.
in this serene environment where you could like step into this gorgeous moment in your painting, we should have a raccoon perhaps driving an Italian sports car.
That's what I was thinking on the way home. I was like, maybe this is like the universe trying to like steer me. Or it's just an opportunity to look at, what is authentically me, what feels like the right thing. And, I I'm like covered in cat hair right now. Sorry. Yes.
I was like, mm?
He's like, I did my job. Thank you very much. Yeah. Um, when I'm painting, like, it's for me first, like I love that I have the ability to share my paintings and sell my paintings and make money off of that. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's first for me, like that process when I'm
Yeah.
in it, like there's so much in it for me. And we'll just circle this back to I get to be authentic. I get to be in the moment. I'm not worried about, outer appearances. I'm not worried about whether somebody else is going to like the painting or not in that moment, right? Like
Yeah.
when I'm choosing pieces for a gallery show, then I will question which
Yeah.
ones, will other people like too.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I just get to be authentic and express myself. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's so that's a Friday seemed to be an interesting day. So on Friday, we and congratulations by the way on that
Thank you.
wonderful moment. On Friday, we ended up celebrating early my father for Father's Day because on Sunday we had different plans and he was not going to be around. So we were all over Manhattan. And one of the things that I love to do is take small snippets of video of just what's going on in that moment and then string it all together just because it feels really good to me. Like at the end when I put it all together and I see it, it's all of these moments that felt, and they're like that big, that they felt so good. And so we were walking on the High Line here in New York City, and which is like a long stretch, and it's beautiful. It has gardens on either side, and there's artworks, and you're like in the heart of the city. It's beautiful. Um, and we're walking along, and a small crowd has formed, and so I don't know if it's like a street performer on the High Line or whatever it is. Like we're gonna come across it and see what it is. Um, and this guy has rolled out a like green stretch of carpet, like you do when you're putting inside your own house. Like if you're not
Okay.
practicing, it's in your backyard or whatever. So he's rolled it out and he's practicing a shot, right? And there is indeed a caddy with him, which is like, this is so random. What is this? So of course I start filming, and it turned out it was Will Ferrell, and he was doing a what I think now is a promotion for a show that's coming up called Hawk. which I forgot if it's Netflix or Apple. I can't remember which one it is, but look it up, guys, because it does look funny. And he's dressed as like a crazy golfer outfit, whatever. And he hits the shot, and like his caddy throws his arms in the air, and people start cheering. And there's two kids on a small green thing over it, like small patch of grass over here. And he's like, "Kids, did you see that? You couldn't do a shot like that." Like, it was very fun. The whole experience was so funny, and everybody was laughing and feeling joyful. It was a gorgeous day. There were a billion things that came together in this one moment. And he took photos with some folks, and I've got some photos of him, and like, it was great. And I share that because, he was, first of all, I'm a huge Elf fan. I watch it every year at Christmas time. Um, and like, he is in his elements, right? Even with, there was not a camera crew around him. This wasn't being shot as far as I could tell. Like, maybe he had some friends with him who were taking video or something, but this was not like a set up shot, a set up
Mhm.
small trailer thing. This was him in his outfit as his character Huck, which was on his hat, um, playing essentially. And I thought, that's really funny because he's just like genuinely, I know he's a good actor and all the rest of it, comedian, but like, he was genuinely in his element and doing the thing that he was having as much fun as the people were. It was
Mm.
such a great interactive moment. Um, and I share that because we're talking about that authenticity and, creating. He was creating a moment not scripted. Um, that is when I am, to come to your question about when do I feel most authentically myself? Um, it's in the moments in my journal, when I am
Mhm.
playing, when I'm actually not thinking about if I'm going to show a page or share with anybody, when I'm just playing and either like writing down all the things, whether they're like frustrations or successes or things that just make me laugh or things that I don't want to forget. I'm very, very big on not wanting to forget my life. Like, so trying to capture a little bit of it. And also in moments where I'm doing that, where I'm filming, or taking a photo of someone, because there's a moment that's created where I feel like um, I'm not only having fun, but I'm getting a chance to witness somebody
Mm.
else's, who they are in a
Yeah.
very candid way. And that's how the day was, because it was my kids and my dad, and it was really this, moment to moment. You really didn't know what was going to happen. Everybody was kind of being silly, and I love that. And as I look at it, I'm so grateful for it now when I have this small video. Um, and I was doing a little bit of it yesterday on a walk where I was, capturing the little things that either stopped me and made me say, "Oh, that's beautiful," and I grabbed it, um, because that is me. Also, that's,
Mm.
you're seeing what I see and how I experience it in the world and what it feels like. And I think that that's probably when I'm most myself, is when I'm actually leaning into how I feel, and finding a way to express it or capture it in some way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, thanks.
Beautiful.
Thanks so
I love
much.
that. I think it's like that's a beautiful question, for those of you watching, listening later. Where, when in your life do you feel the most authentic? Like,
Yeah.
where do you feel you can just completely show up as yourself? And if like your answer is 100% all the time, like I love that for you.
Yes.
um,
Big love on that one.
that's my goal, right? 100%
Yes.
all the time. Yeah. So yeah, just to pay attention and see where creativity fits into that too,
Yeah.
and how you're expressing your own truth, your authenticity through your creativity or not. If you feel like, oh gosh, I do feel like, I'm in the commission role or the contract role more than just freedom of self-expression. How can you add that in even more in your life? Where are the places you can create that?
Yeah, I agree. I love that as a question and would add to it, everything we do is creative, from the conversation we have, which we create, um, to the meals that we make for ourselves, to uh, just all of the things that we create that we love, no matter what that looks like: painting, dancing, singing, acting, you name it. Um, and it's interesting because when you start to look at where you are showing up and you feel it, you feel like, I feel so good because I'm just me and I'm in the moment. And where you feel like you uh, not compromise yourself. But sometimes we do figure out how to be in a situation that makes things more comfortable. And is that actually what you want to be doing? Do you want to just be able to be with yourself? Clearly, lightning is like, I want to be me.
Yeah.
um, yeah, this was a really good conversation, Jen. I really enjoyed this. There's like a peaceful, loving whatever in it that's made me really happy today. So thank you.
Oh, thank
And
you. Thank you for the inspiration that you drew from Lightning. Who is always, willing to show up exactly as he is.
I love him. He is our mascot.
Flying fur and tail in your face and all. And yeah.
Yes. So thank you to Lightning, and thank you to everybody who joined us today, and who has been here and shared or not shared. I know people were quiet today. That's okay, but was here and just a part of the experience. And we both hope you take something beautiful away. And if you feel like sharing, please do, because we always love to hear from our amazing community. And with that, I will say, have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.